All right, so on this video, we're going to talk about how to plot our trade idea and unlock some other features of MT5. I'm going to go to trading, or you can see that Euro USD, our original trade that we took, we're just below 3,000 in profit. We're about 27 pips away from our original entry. We talked about in last videos how we hit the resistance line or support line, which was old resistance. And now we're pushing up in price closer to where our entry was. So let's jump over to trading view and let's just look at this trade idea. So this green line that you see here is where we took the trade. This is where we entered the trade on Monday. And the circle is the area that we took the trade in. We have a tool, we took this short. We have a tool that is called it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 icons down on the toolbar. You click that, you see long position and short position. This is how we plot our trade ideas. And so because we did a short position, I'm going to choose short position. I'm going to go over to where we took the entry and I'm just going to left click. You'll see a red box and a green box pop up. All right, and so this is significant because we can plot out our ideas. And so let's look at Euro USD. If we were mapping this out based on what we know, support resistance, we see that we had a level of support down here that price pushed up off of. So it pushed up, came down and retested that support and put in a new high here. So I'm going to clone this, left click, clone, bring this box up to right here. And what we can see is that price used this as resistance, came down, created a low, pushed up, created a high. And that's where we were at in this idea. And so really our analysis was this was the low, equal lows here. We pushed up and created these highs, and then price pushed down and created this low. So that's just simply low to high, and then we broke through that and created the new high. And so that's where we were in time. And so what we can do with that information is, we say price was right here. We can say we want to enter in right here, which we did. So I'll put that, we enter in right here. And then what we can do on MT5 is say that if price goes against us and pushes in the opposite direction, that we want it to take us out of the trade at a certain point. So we usually call this a stop loss. This red area, once price goes past that, will automatically take us out of the trade, just so that we can control the amount of loss that we have. We want to pull that above the last high. So the last high was right here, and we just want to pull that above that last high, saying that if it goes above this, we're probably not going to be good for us, so we want to limit the amount of loss. And then we want to say, where do we want to go? So just imagine that none of this was here, that this hasn't occurred yet, and we're just mapping out where price will go. And so this green is our profit, what we want to profit. We're going to pull this down to the structure because we said this was our last high that we broke. So we're probably coming down to retest that last high. And so this would be our trade idea, is that price would fall, and once it gets down here, it'll take us out of the trade. And so what this does is it provides us coordinates. So you can see the stop loss is 1.07620. You see the profit is 1.06645. So if price pushes down and hits our profit, without us being there, it would automatically take us out. If price pushes up and hits our stop loss, it'll automatically take us out of the trade. So the stop loss and take profit is important. You want to have this trade idea box on every single trade. And so let's just write these numbers down. We got 1.07620 as our stop loss, and then take profit is 1.06645. Before you enter any trade, you want to have your stop loss and take profit. So I'm going to jump to MT5, and we're going to do this a few different ways. I'm going to show you a few different ways to do this. So let's say price was here. We wanted to enter our stop loss. You can left click on this dotted line and you can drag it. And as you drag it, you see SL, which stands for stop loss, and the amounts that you will lose if price hits this line. So we're going to move that to here and just let go, drop it. That's our stop loss. So if price would have retraced up and hit our stop loss, it automatically would have took us out of the trade. We would have lost 2,500 bucks. Then you can click it again, drag down, and you can see your take profit. And so I'm just going to drop it right there. So if price comes down here and hits that, we would have got $7,100 in that. So that's one way to do it. I'm going to erase that by right clicking and hit cancel stop loss. I'm going to show you a different way to do it. So now that you're in the trade, you can hover over this and double click, and it'll open up this trade box, and you can just type in your coordinates that you got from TradingView. So we'll type in 1.06645 as your stop loss, and then your take profit, we'll type in 1.0762. Oops, excuse me, I got this backwards. So the stop loss should be 1.07620 because we're in short. So if it goes higher, we want to be taken out. And then 1.06645 is a take profit. Hit modify, and it'll automatically add your stop loss to take profit. So if it hits our stop loss, we lose $25.50. If it hits our take profit, we'll gain $7,200. And this allows us to walk away from the trade without having to sit there and watch it, and it'll automatically put us in or take us out of the trade. And so that was the original trade idea. If we were right here, you could see that it didn't go against us and it didn't hit our stop loss. It would have taken us out in profit, and we would have made $7,200. But because we're letting the trade run, it's right in between that point. So we'll leave this stop loss, take profit up, and we'll check back on the trade idea. But play around with that, with the stop loss, take profit. Play around with that. That's going to be important. We want to have that trade idea and stop loss on every trade. Now, one more thing. Right now where we're at, let's say we're pushing up and we think that we're going to go up. I can click on that again and hit long position. And so let's say I'll click on the current price, and I'll say let's set the stop loss for a buy. Let's say that we're going long. Let's set the stop loss just below structure, and then let's pull it up to this line where we enter. Let's pull it up to the top. And so we can enter in these coordinates as well. Into the MT5. We have the stop loss at 1.06876 and the take profit up here at 1.07542. And so that's a way to enter a trade idea into the MT5 very quickly.